Tameside Radio Sports Talk with Betfred. Visit your local Betfred shop today for a variety of great offers and check out our app for great features like Pick Your Punt Builder. Whenever you bet, Betfred. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Well, hello and welcome. This is Sports Talk with me, Lewis Connell, and as always, I'm joined by Peter Spencer from Betfred. How are you doing today, Peter?
Yeah, great, no problem at all.
Fantastic. Well, we'll start with that shocking defeat last night with Manchester United obviously losing 4-0 away to Crystal Palace. I mean, that was one of the worst of the season. Just when you think it can't get any worse, it just seems to stoop even lower for Manchester United.
Yeah, it was just diabolical. I've never seen anything like it. Completely outfought in every department of the pitch. Miss Bruno, never thought I'd say that. They just looked like, well, someone said on TV, it was like men against boys. It was ridiculous. And piles the pressure to enormous levels on the manager's future. He just couldn't get a tune out of them. They didn't look like they were going to score. They looked like they were going to score 5 or 6. They're lucky to have got away with 4-0. They were out-muscled, out-fought, out-skilled. It was absolutely diabolical. Arguably the worst United performance I've seen for many, many years.
Yeah, and I think it's reminiscent of many of the sort of games towards the end of, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure and Ralph Rangnick as well. We've seen this before where, players just seem to sort of down tools, really. It's reminiscent of the 4-1 loss away to Watford, which was Ole's last game, and it just sort of looks like the players just give up in many ways.
They look like they're on the beach. And they could have played in flip-flops. It was unbelievable. It was just absolute. And then afterwards, they're going off with this hand over the mouth stuff and chunnering away. They just want to get off the pitch. Why the fans gave them such a great applause at the end, that was beyond me as well. What was all that about? Were they just trying to make some point with their rivals from Crystal Palace? I couldn't believe that. They should have been booed and just made to get off the pitch. They still treated as heroes when they're beaten 4-0. And that stuff when they put their hand over their mouth, it drives me bonkers. What are they supposed to be saying? It's not some state secret, is it? They're probably saying, we were crap today, or we were pathetic, we should have done better, or did you see whatever. But no one's interested. Just get off, get your heads away, and get back to Manchester and do some more training, and then start earning the money that you're on.
Yeah, and obviously Michael Elise didn't do his cause any concern there. Obviously he was fantastic, and reports that United might be triggering his buyout clause, but in many ways, looking at that, you might think, why would he want to join United?
Well, you've got to wonder about what he was up against. Casemiro and Evans, yeah. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And then he bangs on about the injuries he's got. Well, every team has injuries. And it was up to him to get a squad together that could get through the season. It's beyond the pale. It really is. And now, when it comes to the FA Cup final, they're going to be playing for pride against City. That's all that's left for many of those people. There's going to be an incredible clear out at the end of this season. I can see 5, 6, 7 players being shown the door.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, top four's well gone. There was a little bit of a sort of race opening up for top 6. United could have gone back to 6th place and secured that Europa League spot, but they've missed an opportunity there, and it looks like either Newcastle or Chelsea are gonna take that.
Well, Betfred have Newcastle 2-5 for a top 6 finish, Chelsea 5-2, and United, they're even outsiders for that now, 6-1. The top 4, we're not offering any more on that now because basically it's been finalised with Aston Villa securing 4th place and Tottenham 5th. And as for the Premier League outright, well, as everybody knows now, Fred Done, the boss, has paid out to the tune of £750,000. That was 3 weeks ago now, on City winning the Premier League. But we're still taking odds on it, bets on it. The 4-11 for the Premier League outright. Arsenal 2-1, Liverpool hugely on the slide, despite a fantastic win at the weekend. They're 200-1 to win the Premier League.
Yeah, Man City making light work of that Wolves game, winning 5-1 in the end, and it's kind of theirs to lose from this position, isn't it? With 3 games to go.
Yeah, it certainly is. Looks like Fred's right with this one. And City just look like, well, they could have got more than that. It's just a machine. Missing players don't make much difference. Just carry on. As I said before, their bench is as strong as most people's first starting 11 in the Premier League. I think the City's second team would probably get a top 4 finish the way they're performing. And it is looking like it'll be City's Premier League again.
Yeah, definitely. And just touching on the bottom of the table, it's looking like the 3 promoted clubs are going to go straight back down, doesn't it? With Sheffield United already down, and Burnley, I think they have to win away at Spurs, or they're down, and that's not looking likely.
Burnley 1 to 80 for relegation, so we clearly think they're through the trapdoor with Sheffield United. Luton 1 to 16. They're like everyone's favourite second team. People rallying behind them, thinking they're going to come good. Well, they're 1 to 16 at Betfred to be relegated. Nottingham Forest, I see that they've lost their appeal against the points deduction, so they're not safe in that way. They're 15 to 2 for relegation. So, as you say, we think it'll be Burnley, Luton and Sheffield United all relegated. And then of the teams coming up, Leicester and Ipswich, well, we're quoting 2,000 to 1 on both of them to win the Premier League at their first shout. People are scoffing at that, but it wasn't so long ago when Leicester did it and cost us shed loads. And that was the day when somebody went into one of our shops in Leicester and put on 5,000 to 1 for Leicester to win the league. And the guy in the shop wrote on the betting slip, and pigs might fly. And then he did. Pigs did fly because Leicester won it, and we had to pay these bloke a fortune.
Yeah, I mean, it's still to this day, I can't even believe that was the case. But like you say, it's happened before, so you never
I think
know.
it's more unlikely this time, though, because the top teams in the Premier League have improved quite dramatically, and it is becoming sort of a battle between 6 or 7 teams, maybe 10, and then the rest have a battle against relegation. And that's probably what it's going to be like next season, with United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Villa, Arsenal all looking to improve to challenge mighty Manchester City.
Yeah, I think you're right there. And just moving on to the Champions League, we're at the semi-final stages, of course. The second legs of those games, one of them's taking place tonight. That's Borussia Dortmund taking on PSG in Paris. They take a 1-0 lead to Paris, but you know, if Mbappe's firing, you would think that the Parisians would make that through.
Yeah, well, to win the Champions League outright, Betfred, having missed out on City and Arsenal because they were the 2 favourites, we're now going for Real Madrid as the favourites to win the Champions League outright. They're 6 to 5, PSG 11 to 4, Bayern Munich 7 to 2, and Dortmund they're 6 to 1 shots. So we're thinking that the final will be Real Madrid against PSG.
And of course, Real Madrid and Bayern are in action tomorrow at the Bernabeu. That's 2-2, so that one's quite evenly poised. So
yeah, but we still think it'll be Real Madrid because they always seem to find a way of winning, particularly against teams who aren't as experienced in European battles.
Yeah, I think that one will probably go the way of Real Madrid as it normally does. We've got some odds on the playoffs as well. In the League One playoffs, Bolton are in action as well tonight. They're taking on Barnsley with a 3-1 lead from the first leg.
Yeah, well, Betfred have Bolton 7 to 10 to win tonight and secure the final place in the final for the playoff. Barnsley 16 to 5, and the draw, I think that's a fair prospect. That's 10 to 3.
And we've got some odds on the Betfred Super League as well. It's quite interesting because there's 6 teams that are all on the same number of points now.
Yeah, it's fascinating how it's emerging now in the Betfred Super League. As you say, 6 teams all on 14 points. I mean, it's unprecedented. One of the most exciting battles that I can ever remember in rugby league. So Wigan, they're still favourites, but only just 11-10, followed by St Helens, they're 11-4. Warrington, they're another of the top 6, they're 8-1. Catalans 9-1. Hull KR, they are definitely the team to watch. They beat Wigan and then followed it up with a victory over St Helens, and the St Helens victory was a substantial humiliation really for St Helens. And then the next team on 14 are Salford, fast emerging, 33-1. Odds have been slashed, and then winning the Betfred Super League, 33-1 shots. And then we've got Lee, they're out to 40-1. And Hull and London, they're 1,000-1 and 2,000-1, respectively, at the bottom of the table.
And we've got some political odds as well, haven't we, for the next Conservative leader?
Yeah, well, it's all settling down on the political front for a short period for the election. And we've got 4 female politicians, Badenoch, Mordaunt, Braverman and Patel. They are in the four favourites to be the next Conservative leader. So we've got Badenoch 3-1, Mordaunt 4-1, Braverman 7-1 and Patel 7-1. So those are the 4 favourites to take over from the current Prime Minister. Next up we've got Jenrick at 7-1. And Boris Johnson's still in there, 16-1 shot for a comeback from him. Same price as David Cameron, so a comeback for him, he's 16-1 as well. Nigel Farage is always there or thereabouts, 20-1. For the most seats in the next general election, well, no surprises here. Labour 1-16, Conservative 10-1, Reform 50-1. And then we've got the others like the Liberal Democrats 500-1 and the Green Party 750-1.
And just to finish, we've got a story on a winner who was won £25,000 from a £5 bet.
Yeah, this is Ben Taylor from Llangefni in Wales. I spoke to him yesterday. He's a self-employed builder. He's picked his numbers around his brother's birthdays. Although he says his brothers aren't getting any of his money, they'll just have to make do with a drink. And he's now going to spend his money on newspaper advertising to boost his business as a self-employed builder. He thinks he'll get more work in, and then he'll be able to give more hours to his workmates who he employs. But he's also going to fix up a holiday in Spain for him and his 2 children. So he's going to spend his money quite wisely. 25,000 from a £5 bet.
Yeah, that sounds like a very sensible way to spend his money there on some advertising. So all the very best to him, getting a holiday out of it as well. So yeah, all the best. And if you do fancy a bet, like our great man there from Wales, you can bet online on the app or in Betfred stores. And we'll see you at the same time on Friday.
Tameside Radio Sports Talk with Betfred. Visit your local Betfred shop today for a variety of great offers and check out our app for great features like Pick Your Punts Builder. Whenever you bet, Betfred. 18+, begambleaware.org.